I'm really interested in your take on the number of retired high-ranking officers who've written books. I'm thinking of General Zinni's book, Colonel Ted Spain, Lieutenant General Daniel Bolger, who wrote Why We Lost. What do you think of those books, and do you have one in your future?
I don't think I do. I'll answer that question first. I don't think I have a book in my future. I've thought about maybe writing about leadership, and I've got some thoughts on leadership. As anyone who's gone through a military career, I think, would have their own thoughts on leadership. There are a lot of books on leadership out there, and certainly I don't know that I have something that's so significantly different that would be appealing to an audience, but I'm thinking about that. You know, there's an interesting dilemma, I think, for military people who serve a full career and retire and then transition to private life. If you make that transition to public life, then I think you've made the transition to public life. And some of our very notable military people have done that. Dwight Eisenhower, of course, did that. Ulysses Grant did that. Colin Powell did that. You know, I'm just pulling out a few, but
right.
but
it's a long list.
It's a long list, and I think that they made that transition to public life, and it's very difficult to separate the word general from your title when you do. But I think that when you separate yourself into public life, there are certain obligations that come with that. I think that you need to hang your uniform up as the very best you can. Writing books and things, I think, is a little bit different. I think that, and by the way, I think participating in political dialogue, if you're going to do that, my humble opinion, and some of my colleagues would disagree with me, this is a very interesting, debatable point, by the way, inside our military. But if you're going to enter the political arena, then enter it, that's fine as a citizen, but do so without the trappings of your military career associated with it.
So you don't think some of these generals should be writing what they're writing?
Now, writing books, I think, is something different. I think if you have something to contribute and you can do so in a way that's not divulging classified information, et cetera, then have at it. I think that's fine.
And do you think most do that?
Well,
or do you think they cross a line?
Hard to tell. I haven't read the books that you cited,
okay.
So I don't know. I know some of them that I have read as I've looked at biographies and things for a number of people over the years. They've stuck to pretty much military things, and they've pretty much stayed what I would describe as in their lane. And if you're going to stay in your lane, have at it. I don't have any problem. If you have opinions about things and you want to write those, I can't tell you not to do that either. I just think you have to be careful about crossing lines and mixing your role as a military person, which I believe is to remain apolitical, and transitioning out of that into something else. I just think there are cautions that apply when you do.